this afternoon, or this morning, I should say, Alabama tries to hold on to the #1 spot
absolutely
in the SEC regular season
what you
race.
turned Auburn basketball into. Phenomenal.
He's got the league's leading rebounder, Anderson Garcia, making just his 4th start of the season. And Solomon Washington stays in there for his 7th consecutive. A&M got a little bit smaller against a small Alabama lineup, but Garcia is able to negate that size with great energy on the boards. And here he is getting inside on the first play, blocked by Grant Nelson.
At least by the Aggies today.
Taylor will inbound it. He's 3rd in the league with 19.9 points a game. The league's leading scorer is #1 in White, and Taylor delivers the first blow with a deep 3. Latrell Wrightsell, and a steal for Bama. Little floater, good from Aaron Estrada.
And there's their first field goal attempt within the first 10 seconds of the year. And constant motion for Alabama is where they put the pressure on you. They call it flow, and man, they are fast and good at cutting.
Carter's able to get in and get them here early on, and they've been able to slow down this high-powered Alabama offense. Here's Nelson for 3. This is a they slow him down. They drill a corner. 26% from deep, but better in the non-conference. Garcia fouled, and Nelson took a shot to the eye. Trading buckets here early on.
When he writes his own job description, it's every single possession is wear you out on the glass.
Drills the free throw. Guarded by Boots Radford. Sears has been a sensational scorer this year. He's got 7 consecutive 20-point games. Shot clock late. You don't say that very often with Bama, and Estrada finishes.
No, but they did not pass. A big deal.
Bama has started this game 3 for 6. That's a shot block, but how high did Solomon Washington?
Welcome to the ESPN family, Coach.
Well, another rebound down in front of the GOAT and Miss Terry. Anderson Garcia had a game against Missouri earlier this season as Radford gets it to go. Jimmy, I've never seen a guy impact a game.
Words on you.
Here's Pringle. Handoff to Wrightsell. Now Walters able to drive, and he's going to the line.
I'd like to see that one again, because you can still take a charge in college basketball if you're a legal defender and you're set in time. Tom, I think that defender was set before that last plant foot went down, was he not?
Yep. And from the Villages, Florida, 83% from the free throw. The lake, but yeah, he was on the golf course earlier this week as far as I saw. Funny behind-the-scenes moment, we were looking at Antoine Petway, now the head coach at Kennesaw State, sitting a row behind Saban, and we're trying to figure out who is sitting around him. There's Sears for 3. How efficient they are from deep early in the shot clock. Off of a steal in the first 10 seconds, they're shooting 47% from 3. Walters gives it up. And another 3.
There's not a more difficult place to play in all of college basketball right now than the jungle.
Coleman Coliseum says, hold my beer. They forced the Aggies to miss 6 of 7. And Henry Coleman with a little jump hook.
Because of those cool jerseys they got to match the new jerseys that Alabama's wearing today on the court.
Yeah. That Crimson Tide on the front. Walters got it away and in. The spike getting hit on the elbow.
He is a
Sears from deep. Here's Taylor with the drop off and a flush from Solomon Washington. Buzz's team's 72nd in defensive efficiency. The question is when A&M gets the ball back, how good does Alabama have to be on defense to make it to what would be their first ever Final Four? Because they're darn good.
Have to be good. They don't have to be great. And they are chasing that good category. Every time I watch them play, they're making big strides on the defensive end. Now here is the concern. A&M has missed.
Diabate turns it over after a foul on the other end. Washington keeps it and finishes.
Yeah, can't guard runouts, can't guard turnovers.
Here's Sears. Dish to the corner for three. Gives Sears an assist to Rylan Griffin.
It wasn't the first 10 seconds, but it was the first 12.
Taylor can't hit the bank shot. Radford there to clean it up. And he rolls it home. Combined, Taylor and Radford. His is rejected.
The big trip feels like right here for A&M.
Desperate for some momentum. Radford working on Stevenson. Got it finished over the freshman.
He's the problem to me more than Wade Taylor because of his physicality and his strength to drive it right through those Alabama defenders.
Stevenson inside after the last 4 Bama attempts had been. This is Jaron Stevenson at the free throw line, a native of Chapel Hill, player of the year last year. Reclassified. Radford down the lane again, and he's able to draw a foul.
That high flat ball screen for Radford now. It's not Wade Taylor, and Buzz Williams is seeing the same thing.
Well, it is Valentine's week, I suppose.
I was there.
Why am I telling you about it?
Because I didn't.
Griffin thought about the three. Coleman gets whistled for the bump.
A really good job by drive.
So Sears at the free throw line. He is ahead of the pace in here at Alabama.
Tom, think about it. He leads Alabama in minutes, field goal attempts, free throw attempts, assists, steals. He's second in defensive rebounding. There's not a more complete guard in all of college ball than this kid.
It's almost impossible to get
through people is exceptional.
Griffin had a mismatch for a moment, and now Nelson guarded by Coleman. Sears goes right by Hayden Hefner and will go to the free throw line. That's the matchup Bama wanted, and they took advantage.
Your gap protection has. And Tom, a hot guard in March, man, they can lead you all the way to the final.
Against an Alabama team coached by Mark Godfrey that made it to the Elite Eight, and that team is being honored here today. UConn went on to win the national title. Radford got it.
That's the advantage.
That 4 attempts. Estrada forcing Taylor to go baseline. He finds Coleman. Gathers his own miss, and he's going to the line. An A&M special.
Tom, the worst thing you can do is give up an offensive rebound and then a foul on the ball at going to the glass early, reading the ball in the air.
A&M was in a tight one against Vandy. 12 ties and 21 lead changes. Here's Nelson right in front of the rim. You feel like Nelson got great position. They couldn't get it to him. Pringle with the pass to Walters. It's interesting talking with this Alabama coaching staff the importance of the position that Nick Pringle plays within it.
Absolutely. When they go to their flow offense, which is movement all over.
Oh, my goodness. Grant Nelson came from Devil's Lake to block that one.
Grant Nelson has found his chops in the last 2 or 3 weeks. And he was challenged by Rylan Griffin about 3 weeks ago to step up in the fight.
The high school statistics teacher, in addition to being the basketball coach, and the stats for Bama show a 6-0 run right now. Sears no look. Nelson the finish. A&M can't put it in. Here's Bama again trying to add to this dominating run. Sears. Yes! Timeout. And Sears pushes and has it taken away by Coleman with the interception. Taylor has to tightrope the sideline, somehow kept his balance. And a cutting Coleman able to finish.
Tom, what a great big-time Valentine play by Coleman.
Sears got around Carter. A rare miss for Sears, who's having a highly efficient offensive game. And here he is from the corner. Picked it back up for his third three.
Just too good, is he not? Just so confident, strong, tough. Can play the point, can play the two. A positionless big guard that's going to be a major, major problem for anyone in March Madness.
Sears had 35 in their matchup with Purdue earlier. Taylor for three. Washington on the glass. Taylor from deep. A&M team just 2 for 10 from 3 today. Griffin the crossover, and he's fouled.
Figure out the mentality to play with off the bench. And
Herb Jones. How much fun did you have watching Herb Jones play on both ends of the floor?
one of my all-time favorite college basketball players. Played hurt, played with a broken wrist, shot game-winning free throws with the wrong
Washington
hand.
got hurt this year. Alabama leads the country in scoring. Kentucky in the top 10. Florida just outside the top 10 in scoring at number 11. Shot clock is off into the half. 14-point Bama lead. Sears gives it up to Estrada. 6 on the clock. Estrada will put it up himself. It's an air ball and a foul on the rebound. Walters threw down. Him has played have been decided by 5 points or less. Taylor just lets it run out.
All right, that's disappointing.
All that build up for nothing. Especially on the offensive end, I should add. Here's Carter off the inbounds for 3. Offensive rebound. Go ahead, put it on repeat, and Washington gets fouled on his way up. This is only the 7th free throw attempt of the game for. Not that I don't like the best, but I thought maybe because he can be superstitious, Buzz may have had a wardrobe change at the half to turn around A&M's ways. Estrada with the.
They are so good at flooding that deep corner early in their offense, flattening out the defense and knocking down threes.
Radford got tied up by Sears, regathered and finished. He's got a team high 13 and on that basket right now.
That is a break for Texas A&M. Big possession right here.
A&M has 3 20-point comebacks this season. Do they have one in them today? Radford now has 15.
Tom, Alabama's first defender. It's his game at that point.
Griffin was just waiting for that one. Nobody got to him in time.
To my point about Alabama, so good.
21 of Alabama's 38 attempts have come from deep. Here's Taylor, stripped on his way in. Another second chance bucket. It's like me off the tee. Just let me hit a second one. Everything will be fine. Here's in front of Radford. Here's the screen from Coleman. Carter is 0 for 5 from 3. That's been a big hole for A&M today. Radford behind the back and a finish off the glass.
Right through again.
Into the other corner. Diabate with the drive and a blocking foul on A&M.
Well, I like that possession, Tom, by Allen earlier, Tom. There are 5 teams in Ken Palm's top. You got 5 of the top 15 in one conference, and 2 of them coming up in that blockbuster matchup.
Cal was talking about their defensive inefficiencies this week, and that coaching staff has said, listen, we don't have to be perfect. We just have to be better.
Radford shots that Alabama gets in the first 10 seconds.
Off of Sears' foot, turns into a loose ball pickup for Taylor. And Solomon Washington's going to the line. 3rd on Jaron Stevenson. PPV. Here's Walters getting it back, and he's going to. I thought about the 3, left his feet. Estrada now. Ball fake.
Beautiful, was it not? I mean, he really sold it.
Walters.
Wide open.
All alone. Nick Pringle's first bucket of the game is a rim rattler. Keep everybody invested and make sure they understand how important they are to the flow of the offense. And that's that man's role. No matter who's at that spot. Taylor sneaks it in.
He can make you look silly. And
Garcia, no. Reitzel had no numbers, didn't carry, he's able to finish.
And a good job by Reitzel. He was the one. And my assignment was to drive him 2 hours to his next speaking engagement. And Tom, for 2 hours, left the entire car ride, was asking me questions like, okay, if I'm playing against you and I leave one of my guys on my offensive end and play you 5, deeply missed by so many inside and outside of college ball.
I'm at
on the offensive glass in this game. They're the best in the country, normally at 40.
17 fouls on Bama. A&M will be at the free throw line the rest of the way. Here's Estrada. Reitzel Jr. for three.
That is what he does.
Carter with another offensive rebound, and the loose ball goes straight through the wickets on a couple of Aggies. Here's Reitzel for three in transition. Got it! They say it's a two. They'll double check it later, but that is an Alabama from three. They've made double-digit threes for the 17th time this season, tied for third most in Division I. BYU, Hofstra, and Chattanooga. And a bucket inside. Estrada's got
21st offensive rebound in this game for Texas A&M. They can embarrass you when the ball's on the glass.
And he spins and finishes. How have other coaches dealt with it? Because you mentioned embarrassment. The other side of the coin is, hey, we're forcing them to miss a lot of shots the first time. Ringo gets fouled. Right, the first shot defense has been pretty. How important.
It's that hand underneath, and it's what that does. It keeps you from fight level. Talking about Nelson has grown tremendously over the last 3 weeks. He just kind of took him a while, I think, to find his edge and find his spot on this team. But he's an undersized 5 that has to find fight in his game. When he does, he is terrific. That's easy money. That is absolutely easy money. And they take good ones.
Good job getting deep by Solomon Washington. He just kind of hopped right around.
I'm not sure we have a president.
Foul on the Obaseki drive will be charged. 20 points or more this season, including a 21-point
high last Saturday night when they put it on a phenomenal, I think.
And Garcia with the rebound.
Seems like I learned something new about the Aggies every time I'm around them. The first thing they do on the road at a team meal, everyone, every coach, every player, every staff member, they write a thank you note to somebody.
How many have you received? Buzz is not sure. Reaches not only gratitude but leadership and finding ways that big guys have played their best, and Alabama's been playing its best this entire game. That's 17 now for Griffin, powered by 4 threes.
Well, he stays tucked away in that corner, and he can knock him down from either side, but some staples in this Alabama come barreling down to a 2 seed before this thing's all said and done.
Here's Sears to Nelson, and Nelson able to finish. But seed in consecutive seasons for the first time in school history. Seeding began in 1979. An air ball from Obaseki, but we got bodies on the hardwood underneath. Hmm. 11 in black.
Especially as an offensive rebounder.
Yep.
As selfless and relentless as you're going to find.
Carter picks up Sears full court. It's a 19-point Alabama lead. Bama has made 7 of its last 9. Sears has been quiet this half. Quiet no more. Seed the 2021 season. And that list is a who's who. Diabate with the rebound. Jamal Murray, Stephon Moody, Devin Downey, and Jody Meeks. Diabate, no. And the foul goes in. What an effort.
The effort by Diabate to rip it off the glass and bring it. But his second jump, rough, rugged, and fast.
8-0 Alabama run.
College ball is random offense. And talking to Alabama's staff today, they talk about how we want to be a pressure offense team and how good we are at just random offensive stuff. And it's their flow. It's how
Nate Staff, all 3 of his assistants are in their first year after total staff turnover last year. Hefner with the finish.
Tom, to your point, Alabama lost all 3 assistant coaches. They returned 1 starter, and the SEC is looking up at these guys now with, 6 or 7 games to go. They're at the top of the conference standings. It's a true testament to this style and system that Nate Oates has implemented in Tuscaloosa.
It's the first time anybody can remember that 3 assistants all left at the same time to become head coaches.
Yes. They were not forced out the door. They were wanted by a lot of folks.
His former high school teammate was playing just down the road from him.
I saw Armando Bacot earlier this week at Syracuse. And Syracuse just put it on North Carolina. And I still think North Carolina is one of the top 8 teams in the country. Could get hot at the right time, but
there's a penalty for coming on the road and losing at Alabama, considering this will be Bama's 15th consecutive home conference win. Walters for 3.
So many guys, man, can absolutely light it up from that 3-point line. The guys with different size. You talked about it, Tom, in the first half. The number of 3-point shots that Alabama takes.
Point game. Carter at the free throw line. Our next game, number 11, passed away last week. He was known simply by his number. All right, Jimmy, I'm road tripping to the Kentucky-Auburn game as soon as we're finished here. What should I keep my eyes out for tonight in the jungle?
I think, first of all, you have to have some brashness and some swag about you when you go into the jungle. And Kentucky does have that. And it's just like Kentucky to go in there and pull off an upset when no one else anticipates it. But Auburn, I've said it all year long, Tom. Auburn doesn't have the best starting 5, but they might have the best start.
Bama number with you after the right, so steal and 3. When they get a shot off under 10 seconds after a steal, 52% of the time it's a 3, and they're shooting 47% from behind the arc in those instances. That is instant offense. Another one. Right, so for the century mark.
Tom, they are the fastest right now with under a minute to go. On the road last time I checked at Georgia. A&M an entire day off where you got to start worrying about Sunday morning waking up and who do we play next.
Here's Cosby for 3 and for the century mark again. They've had their cracks at it. They want it. Cosby, why not? Give him 100. They can light up a scoreboard.
And check that all 3 numbers work.
Another team had 500-point games coming into today. Bama's got 8 of them on this season. This was a fun one. 100-75 is the final. For Jimmy Dykes, our fantastic crew here in Tuscaloosa, I'm Tom Hart. Now let's get you to Tallahassee. More men's college basketball. It's